1.3.1.2. The first stage of my lesson, I start my lesson to
Motivation, maybe.
Ask to students look at the statement motivation. I ask students look at the pictures of the young people and discuss the question. Discuss with the partner. It is never too early to start changing the world. I motivate my students this way, and after it, I ask students to look at the picture of two young people, and discuss the questions. Whole class. Do you know this? Do you know them? Who are they? What do you think they do to help people? I start my lesson.
I'm
this
sorry.
way.
I'm so sorry, Khatun Hanım. Maybe your students are not aware of existence of these young people. Maybe you attract their attention by giving them some short story about them. Do you know, my students? I'm going to describe you to speak about two young people. They are ordinary people. They are among us, but they have unusual talent, and they can make something different and can change the community that they live in. And you must, or you may, I'm sorry, describe some activities of them, and then you may give them any questions, because they are from different foreign countries, and maybe your students don't know anything about them.
Okay. I will use your advice in my class. Then I go. I go through the new vocabulary presented in the boxes and in the boxes.
Let's begin from that one. You speak. Try to speak something about these innovators, and then give a definition. Explain the meaning of the words to your students, and then try to do some tasks with them. For example, we can see, you and I can see this young boy, maybe. Who is he? Speak something about him, and then try to explain new words. Have you any vocabulary here? Because I think it is necessary to give them the list of new words in order they can understand the meaning of the given them text. Is your priority listening, reading, writing, or speaking?
Reading, speaking, and writing.
Yeah,
reading.
Integrated. You have chosen integrated lesson. It is okay. Okay, let's begin. Who is this young boy?
Mm-hmm.
You may look through William Kamkwamba. Hatun Hanım.
Just a minute, please. Okay. William was born in Africa when he was born in a poor family, and his parents farmer. His parents were farmers, and they grew maize. William enjoyed helping his parents, and mm, parents. Um, in 2001, the maize didn't grow, and people in Malawi became very poor, and they couldn't find any food. William stopped going to school, and he desired to help his parents and the local people, and he stopped studying, and William, but. Also, he loved studying very much, but he stopped his study, and um, in his child when he liked science, and enjoyed reading books about using energy. Then,
Okay, okay, Hatun Hanım. First, study the text well enough. Then you may begin to attract their attention, giving them some important information. I think this information is he is a change maker person. And also, he is not well educated. He is from poor family. He tried to do something, and he could find inner power to innovate, to discover new method producing energy. It is the special information given to you, and try to give this information to your students, and then attract their attention to know more about them. And that's why, Hatun Hanım, you must know the text well enough. Please look through again, and then try to approach different ways. You have began your with questions. Maybe it is also a good way of attracting, giving them some motivation. But your questions were different. For example, you may give them, how do you know talented people that they have no any education, they are ordinary people, they live among us, they live among their community, but one day they could discover their power, they could discover their talent, and try to do something for their community. And then you may give some examples, and then offer them, let's read, understand, and try to answer, try to do some tasks and learn more about these good people, these talented, unusual, and ordinary people. Hatun Hanım, please begin again. Maybe you continue, or maybe you take another day and prepare well.
Okay, I want to take another day and prepare well the next lesson, because it's it's difficult for us to describe our lessons new methods, because, as you know, we don't use these techniques in our.
Hatun Hanım, you have a
Mhm.
good potential. I always stressed your potential, your knowledge, your pronunciation is well enough, but you must prepare well. And I want you to continue because next time you will do it better than now, but continue. I want you to know everything that you must explain during your lesson. And that's why I want you to give a definition to explain the meaning of new words. How do you explain new words to your students, please?
I read the words and ask students to read the definition of the word and choose the right one. And in this stage, I help them. And I ask students read by one by. And give students ask students read the paragraph A or B, and
Fatih Hanım, give your example. Give your example. For example, please explain the meaning of the word important. How can I understand? How must I understand the meaning of this word? I don't know. Please explain this word for me.
Important.
Yeah.
It's crucial. It's crucial, and we have to do it.
Important things have a big effect on people's lives. For example, we can understand this definition as we can't live without this things. Maybe it will be difficult for us to live without this. Now, for example, water. For example, bread, for example, the modern conveniences that we have in our lives are important, are necessary, are crucial. We can't live without them. These things are called important. For example, water is important for human to live. Unimportant, it is vice versa of this word. For example, there are some things that are unnecessary, unimportant, and we can live without them. And for example, pollution. It would be better if we have no so many pollution around us. Please continue. What is possible?
Um, Possible.
It is something
It is something that
happen. Can happen.
right.
Yeah, yeah. For example, give your example, please.
Um, mm,
It is possible one day I I go to America. Yeah,
right. Mm,
then it is
mm,
possible.
it's possible one day some of my students will be inventor
Oh,
and
good.
some areas
Perfect.
for
Perfect.
me.
Thank you very much. Yes. People, it is possible one of you will be a great, talented, and well-known inventor of our country. What is impossible?
Impossible. No, it is. It
It is
can
difficult. It is difficult
be
to
difficult.
happen.
It
Or
happen.
simply cannot happen. For
Mhm.
example,
For example, it cannot happen. Uh,
it is impossible to live without water.
Water, maybe, right?
Yeah, air.
Mhm.
Yeah, then
Right. Then Another word.
User friendly.
User friendly. It is easy to use. It is easy to use some devices. Then
Yeah. For example, all of us can use modern smart board, for example.
mhm. Then useful things help us to get what you want, and for example, we get information social media and
Yeah, and this is useful for us. Yes. What useless?
useless things do not help us and or get what you want. Useless. For example,
It is no use. It is no use to have such things. What about strange?
strange things are unusual and surprising. For example, mm, when strange things happens. For example, what can I say?
Unordinary. Something unordinary, something unusual happens. It is strange for us. Okay, then Hatun Hanım, you may return to the first stage and read statement. Do you agree or disagree? And you can offer your students, I'll give you 10 minutes and you must read this text. Please first read for gist, just for gist, and try find out what is the meaning of the this text. What author intended to speak us? What information can you get from this reading text? Then your students will look through and you have given them new words and then give them time and give instructions that it is time to present your answers. And before they present their answers, you must say them that I prefer your answers be in written form. And before presenting your answers to me, change your papers and try to find out if there is any mistakes in them. Then, if there is, offer them to find out and to explain and correct each other's mistakes. Then your students will give orally their answers and at the same time they must hand in their written answers to you. Then offer your students to read the text again and try to answer the questions. Do you know them? Who are they? What do you think they did to help people? Divide your students into 4 groups and give this reading texts them and divide each paragraph into two parts and give them tasks. First one will answer this, and this question is called a research question, and ask them to read and answer the first question. Do you know them? Who are they? And then the second group will answer the second question. What do you think they did to help people? Then give them another task after giving them, after taking their answer. They again present their answer to you, and every time you summarize and conclude their answer, and in your conclusion, declare all class, and came to the conclusion that they are talented people who grow among their community. And how did they help their people? Then give your students another tasks. For example, students, let's try to title these um, texts. How could we name these articles? For example, the greatest inventions of the 21st century, two great school projects, young people with great ideas. Which one? Then to pay for the studies, give money to study. These words must be explained by you, and your students will read, understand, answer questions, try to do some tasks, and title their paragraphs. Then read article again and answer questions. Okay, you may give these questions orally, and you can work with whole class. Then look at the words bold article and match them to their definition. For example, you may give this individual task and ask your students to answer this, to do this task. Then discuss the question with a partner, and you may ask your students to turn to their partner and try to answer these questions. And what do Ryan and William have in common? Yeah. Then you will discuss and summarize the whole every partner's answers. Hatun Hanım, and every stage, at the end of every stage, you must give them questions. You must summarize and again and again try your students, have your students get much information about this lesson, and learn new words and use them. Then you, at the end of the sentence, you may evaluate your students' answers, and you must have a rubric, maybe a self assessment, and give them some task. And a home task, I think, is important, because 45 minutes is not enough to give everything to your students. Give a chance your students to study more and give more information. And that's why you can give any question, any task you want. For example, essay, for example, to use new words in their open sentences, and maybe some paragraph, or maybe this task, choose the correct option given in your textbook. And if you give such different tasks, you can differentiate your students' talent, potential, and skills. I think you must look through the lesson again. Maybe you can find another approach, another method to teach the lesson, because the lesson is difficult enough. You must give them some information about the world of technology, and you must help them to develop their communication and collaboration skills, and try to help them to learn new words. And that's why this is a difficult task. And I ask you, try again, and to do your best. Next time will be your you will perform better teaching method and presentation. Hatun Hanım, are you here?
Yes, yes, I'm here. I'm listening to you.
Mhm. Hatun Hanım, what would you like to ask from me? What do you want to explain, to give you some maybe advice?